All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into the Indian Premier League. And let me tell you, this is a story that is so much bigger than just a game of cricket. It's really about the making of a multi-billion-dollar empire built on pure passion, immense power, and yeah, a whole lot of controversy. And you know what? That quote is no exaggeration. For hundreds of millions of people in India, cricket is everything. It's this deep, pure, almost spiritual joy. And it's that incredibly powerful emotion that's really the foundation for this entire story. So the big question is, how did we get from that pure feeling to this? How did that love for the game get twisted and transformed into a global business powerhouse with a really, really dark side? Let's get into it. Well, it all started with a dream. A really big, audacious dream from one man who wasn't just thinking about a new tournament. No, he was planning a complete and total revolution for Indian cricket. And that man, that was Lalit Modi. Now, when he first pitched his big idea for a franchise league way back in 1995, he was flat out rejected. But he didn't give up. Oh no, he played the long game. For an entire decade, he masterfully worked his way up, using political connections to get a seat right at the heart of Indian cricket's administration. He knew, if you want to change the game, you gotta do it from the inside. And Modi's timing, wow, it could not have been more perfect. It was like a perfect storm was brewing. You had this brand new, super fast, super exciting T20 format that was just exploding in popularity. And then, in this moment of pure magic, a young Indian team goes and wins the first ever T20 World Cup in 2007. It created this massive wave of excitement right when he needed it the most. Okay, so you've got the vision, you've got the perfect timing, and the public is absolutely hooked. So when the IPL finally launched, boom, it unleashed a financial tsunami, unlike anything the sport of cricket had ever seen. Just look at this number, 8,200 crore rupees. That's the staggering amount Sony paid for the first 10-year broadcasting rights. I mean, back then, that was a massive gamble. But it sent a message to the world. The IPL wasn't just another tournament. This was a commercial juggernaut in the making. Okay, now let's fast forward a decade. Check out this number, 47,000 crore. And get this, that's for just 5 years of broadcast rights. We're talking more than 5 times the initial amount for half the time. That is just staggering, exponential growth. And where are we today? Well, the IPL's brand value has skyrocketed to an incredible 12 billion US dollars. That puts it right up there with the biggest, most valuable sports leagues on the entire planet. So what does all that money actually do? Well, take a look at this. It completely shifted the balance of power in world cricket. Today, India's cricket board, the BCCI, generates a mind-boggling 31 times more revenue than the world's second richest board, Cricket Australia. The IPL didn't just make the BCCI rich, it crowned it the undisputed superpower of global cricket. But here's the thing about that much money and that much power all in one place. Controversy is never far behind, is it? And that billion-dollar dream, it started to show some really serious cracks. You see, the scandal that really blew the lid off everything wasn't about fixing entire matches. That's incredibly difficult to do. No, this was something far more subtle and way more insidious. Spot fixing. This is where you could fix just a tiny moment in a match, one ball, one over, and make an absolute fortune on the illegal betting markets. And the way this all came to light is just wild. It wasn't some big sports integrity investigation. Nope, it was a complete accident. The police were monitoring the phone calls of suspected terrorists, and they just happened to overhear conversations about cricket betting. It's like they pulled on this one tiny thread, and the whole thing just unraveled, leading them from bookies to the underworld, and then, believe it or not, right to the players themselves. And look, this wasn't just a couple of rogue players trying to make a quick buck. This corruption was systemic. It reached into the highest levels of team ownership and management. It even implicated the son-in-law of the chairman of the BCCI. The rot went all the way to the top. The investigation and the public outrage were so huge that it led to an unprecedented punishment. 2 of the league's most successful franchises, both of them former champions, were temporarily banned from the competition for 2 full years. It was a massive move designed to show that no one was above the law. So after that whole scandal, the league really did clean up its act on illegal fixing. But A new, and you could say more visible, ethical problem has emerged in its place. And this one is changing the very culture of watching sports for millions of fans. The whole model has flipped. What was once a secretive, illegal, underworld activity has been totally replaced by something that's legal, that's mainstream, and that's front and center. The hidden bookies of the past, they've given way to these heavily promoted fantasy sports apps, and they've completely blurred the line between just being a fan and actually being a gambler. And here's the craziest part. Who is leading this new charge? The very heroes of the game. The role models for millions of kids are now the ones personally encouraging their fans to get involved, turning every single match into a potential bet. I mean, this is the message often explicit right there in the ads. It's being sent to millions of young, impressionable fans by the very people they idolize. It completely normalizes this idea that luck and gambling are a substitute for effort and dedication. And that brings us to this central question of the IPL's modern legacy, doesn't it? It has delivered fame, fortune, and truly unforgettable entertainment. But as it normalizes a culture of gambling for an entire generation, we have to ask, what is the real price of all this entertainment for the millions of fans who believe cricket is so much more than just a game?